I'm Kyle.
Justin. Bruce.
Susie. Rachel.
I'm Rodney.
And I'm Tyler.
And this is the Hendershot Way.
Go Donuts!
My family, okay. Grab a dip. My family, starting from the oldest one to the youngest, all are unique.
I'm Rachel Hendershot, and we are here in Cridersville, Ohio, a place nobody knows. It's Cridersville, although you could probably call it Crittersville, because I'm pretty sure you can look outside and see the raccoons running.
So, you know when you go to the coffee aisle and you see how they have, oh, you know, hazelnut, vanilla? Well, the Hendershots family is like taking all of that and throwing it all into one bag. You never know what you're gonna get. Got a little bit of crazy, a little bit of insane, a little bit of intelligence, a little bit of seriousness, and then, of course, the fun and the beautiful.
And the modest.
And the modest.
Bruce and I met through his sister. Bruce used to throw rocks at my window and late at night and yell, "Come to Waffle House with me!" So every time I pass a Waffle House, it holds a special place in my heart. That smothered and covered 4 kids later.
I'm pretty sure people from the South can't spell the word redneck, let alone appreciate its true meaning. The Hendershot breed of redneck does not fail. There is no secret ingredient beyond Hendershot. I'm proud to be a redneck. I'm not afraid to get down and dirty, do the work that's needed, and make that next dollar. I'll get my hands dirty to make that dollar. I'm a redneck with edumacation. Ohio was the 17th state, and we produced the original redneck.
For Ohio, we don't have an accent per se. I was born a redneck. They tried to sculpt me. My dad's tried to sculpt me into this redneck. Nobody's going anywhere. They're all stuck in this like rut, it seems like. Nobody wants to move. It's like a bubble, and nobody's willing to go outside this little bubble. Even being in Columbus, there's always been somebody else on my mind. I mean, Lacey, she's still back here in Cridersville, and she's from where I'm from. And even though I don't want to stay or come back to Cridersville, I mean, my roots are here, and then she's still here. So now I have my family, and I have Lacey to think about. And even when I'll be out on a date with somebody else in Columbus, and big city girl, she's used to the fast life, and I mean, my mind's going a million miles an hour, and all of a sudden it slows back down to Cridersville pace. And like I see Lacey, and I see her smile, and I think to myself, like, is this what I want? Like, do I want Los Angeles? Like, do I want Columbus, or do I just want to go back to where home is, like where Lacey is? I don't consider myself a redneck. Tyler's more redneck than I am. He makes wine in the living room, for God's sake.
Now my folk come from Appalachia. They're from Pennsylvania, okay? And they're a little different. It was going down to the house. Wasn't go to the house, go down to the house. And they spoke differently. And somewhere in this genre, and this concept became the concept of a redneck is a way of life. Redneck is making use of what you've got. Redneck is looking at resources and knowing that I can make that work for me. Redneck is an ideology. It's not a voice inflection. It's not how someone looks or speaks. It is how you are. It's internal belief. Redneck is really how you live.
We like to go out, we like to hunt, we like to fish, we like to play games like cornhole with the family. Family reunions are a very big thing around here. It's normal to see a pretty girl going out to go hunting. I can hunt in heels. I'm a selective predator. Choose my prey based on cuteness. The cuter the prey is, the more I want to kill it, and the more I'd like to keep its pelt in my room.
My sister is not the little baby-faced girl she used to be. She's starting to become a woman. I have issues with that. I mean, she walks around in some of her outfits, I'm just sitting there going, no, 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 not that. You are not going in public looking like that. You don't break her heart. You gotta follow the rules. It's simple as that. Do not make me get the Sharpie and the bat. I mean, the stakes are blunt trauma, sharp, or gunshot. Pick your poison.
The Hendershot name means respect, and that's exactly what you'll give it.
We have a loosely knit bunch of colonies in this empire that don't fit together in any form, but they make the bottom dollar. A laundry list of the businesses would be auto parts, glass, jewelry, real estate, as well as we're adding donuts into the dynasty.
The Hendershot way, it's almost like an apprenticeship except with your father. The Hendershot way is throwing a problem at you and never teaching you something and then expecting you to know how to solve it.
Sometimes it's the half-assed Hendershot way. Sometimes you just need to get the job done and it needs to work. If it makes you $1, move on and get to the next goal. Bruce is the master of long-term goals. He has set them before I was even born.
Yeah, it makes me a little bit of a hillbilly Yoda.
Bruce needs to step aside. He has gotten to the point that he's succeeded, and it's time for him to be succeeded. Do I think I'm perfect? No, but I'm the best that we've got.
Of course I want to be the empress. I'm the princess of the business anyway. It's my job to inherit it. Besides, from the way I see it, my dad's been trying to give this job off to little boys. You shouldn't be sending little boys to do a woman's job. How do I get what I want? One simple phrase. Daddy? Would it be safe to say I have my daddy wrapped around my finger? Tighter than a zip tie. My dad is a hoarder, where he has kept everything from our baby clothes all the way up to old tools that he used to use when he worked on houses.
Is there a Hendershot way? I think the Hendershot way, to be truly honest, it's my husband. You never know what new thing, new project that he's going to endeavor us into. And the funny thing of it is, it's always successful.
But the real Hendershot way is to find a solution, and that's what we're going to do.
These days when everybody else is talking and talking, my dad's the one that's really delivering.
Right out of college, you should take the biggest risk in your life when you don't have any roots, and my risk was coming back home for Bruce Hendershot. So now my goal is to bring the family back together into the Hendershot dynasty so I don't have to carry them on my back the rest of my life.
Each of my children is going to have a place within my world. What might propel us the furthest and the fastest is the donut dynasty. This one now is the opportunity. We bought a bakery for the intent for Kyle to be able to market, franchise, and work with. So the bigger picture is this is the Hendershot way. Each will be brought together as a dynamic to work together on a greater good as a board of director for all companies.
I got sent off to college and got to taste the big city finally. Now I'm getting dragged back to the small city, but it's not what I'm looking for.
I know my father bought City Bakery to bring Kyle back into the fold. However, I do not believe in the donut dynasty. I believe in the jewelry dynasty. I believe in turning cold hard rock into gems, into money. I will use donuts as a cash cow to bring jewelry to the forefront, because I start with this and I finish with this.
It's going to come down to Tyler and I. You know, if there's not data to back up how it's going to work, he's afraid to do it. But the best things, the biggest ideas are things people haven't thought of. Like they just went out and did it. Like they had an idea and they went for it. They didn't stay in their roots. They took a chance, and that's what Tyler's afraid to do. He's afraid to take chances. Maybe this big idea, Tyler will hold it back. Big idea, Tyler will hold it back. And in the end, nothing gets done, and then my dad gets pissed.
All we have to do is get the first one set up here in Wapak near Cartersville, and then we can start expanding the business. I think we could really take over northwestern Ohio.
Rodney Seidel is my baker. And Rodney refuses to work there if we automate. So there's a few catches involved here right now that production could come into question. He wants to do it mom's way, which was handmade. Everything. He doesn't buy anything frozen like the other shops. Rodney orders flour, milk, sugar, and eggs, and makes it all, start to finish, by hand. And his mom, before she passed, said, don't ever teach anyone if you ever want to stay in business.
No, if somebody comes in and tells me how to make my donuts, I'm going to tell them to hit the road.
My dad's whole life, he's been dealing and trading with material goods like cars, glass, jewelry. He's never worked with food. He's never worked with something as delicate and as simple as a donut. You know, that's something that everybody knows, and if you mess it up, people will notice. The donut is universal. So the opening week is probably going to be extremely stressful. My dad's going to expect everybody to be out there. He's going to expect everybody to be helping make donuts the first day, and frankly, none of us really know how to do that yet. We haven't been quite trained.
None of us know what to do.
None of us know what we're doing.
One of the issues that I'm worried about for opening week is that my Uncle Steve's jewelry shop is only a couple doors down from where the bakery is going to be. And I'm kind of scared that he might come in the first day and throw a little havoc.
Your Uncle Steve takes things from your dad. So yes, he's a problem.